Welcome to Ghost Stories, hosted by LocalMed, where we share stories of some of the remarkable friends in dentistry we've had the opportunity to meet, partner with, and serve.
Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa Vitaliano and I am LocalMed Strategic Partnership Manager. I am here with LocalMed Social Media Ambassador and everyone's favorite goat, G.O.S.T, G.O.S.T the goat. You may recall, yep, saying hello there. As you may recall, G.O.S.T stands for Get Online Scheduling Today, and we are here doing another chapter of Ghost Stories. That's very exciting. We have a special guest today who's kind of going to give us a bit of the business side of running a dental practice. So let's welcome Mike Lomotan. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering your name there.
You know what?
Don't
worry about it. There's too many vowels in my name. So, hey everybody, Mike Lomotan. I think if anybody listens to the Dentalpreneur podcast, I'm on there every Monday for Metric Mondays, and they actually can't get my name spelled right either. But I'm quote unquote, hashtag dental spouse, right? So I'm not a dentist by all means. I'm not smart enough to be a dentist, but my wife is a dentist, Dr. Katrina Agatep, and we have an office in San Diego called Dental Design SD. And I'm sitting in actually not too far from it. I decided to stop by a Starbucks before after I do this call so I can get my buzz on. But yeah, I'm here to talk about how we use LocalMed in our office. I think it's been a great tool for us, and it caters well to our demographic. But Vanessa, I'll let you ask the questions away. I'm happy to be an open book and talk about sort of like the ROI and how we use it in our office. So by all means, fire away.
Yes, no, most definitely. And sorry about the name. I mean, my last name is Vitaliano. It's got a silent G in there.
I'm not even gonna bother. But once you get past 6 letters or 5 letters, I'm done. I'm glad that wasn't part of my 4th grade spelling bee. I would have immediately failed.
Exactly, yeah. So you and I had actually met a couple months ago at Dr. Mark Costas' Dental Success Summit meeting in Arizona, which
we did.
By the way, anyone who's watching this, that is a great meeting to attend, especially if you're really wanting to know more of the inside and outs of the business side of owning a dental practice. I mean, the CE there that was offered, that was business related, I felt like I was in business school sitting in some of those classes, but it's good and it's necessary, and I'm sure you even learned a lot too with being at that meeting.
Yeah, it's been, as the quote-unquote dental spouse, right? So we're sort of, hey, all you dental spouses that are out there, unsung heroes, right? So, we're in there, and actually, because my background is science, but I have run my own business and I do manage a pretty large portfolio in the biotech world. And there's, we have our own take on the business side of things, and we implement that in dental offices as best as possible. And of course, what we learned from other successful dentists has been awesome. So DSI, we've been going to it for a few years. I'm fortunate enough to be part of that mastermind group. And yeah, I can't say enough. Mark's going to be very excited to hear that actually you guys are, got a lot of value from it. But you're right, that I think the whole theme of DSI is really G.O.S.T. I don't know if I can swear on here, but it's get S done. And that's really what it is. It's really no fluff. It's just know your numbers, get going to it, know your analytics, and also build efficiency in your office. And that's kind of like the perfect tie-in, right? So part of the way that we built efficiency in our office early on was by looking at LocalMed. And I've been we've been a customer of LocalMed for coming up to 3 years. I think we were
you were an early adapter. You jumped on the bandwagon early before people who knew who LocalMed or even G.O.S.T was.
Yes, exactly. I was dealing with, and it was probably Tom years ago, and when I looked into LocalMed, I think I even did I call in or I got a cold call? I don't remember. But when I was looking at it in other offices in San Diego, there was no other offices in San Diego. So I was like, hey, no other offices? Why not? Unproven, let you on my server, install it, let's just give it a shot. And I'm somewhat of a risk taker. I like my background as technology. I love technology. But really, understanding our demographic. So our demographic, let's see, at the last stat, 39% were in their 30s. And so let me get that away. So 39% were in their 30s. So if you think about the 30-year-olds and you think, let's see, another 25% are in their 20s. So you look at the large chunk of our office, pretty much 20s and 30s, which we know nobody picks up their phone anymore, right?
Exactly.
Vanessa, I know you're pretty young. You don't pick up your phone. I'm not exactly in my 30s, but I don't pick up my phone either. So I deal with either text message or I'm going to schedule on my own time. And that's the reason why we recognized it early on, where when I looked through all the recall phone calls that the front desk was making, pretty much I would say there's maybe a 70% no answer rate. So,
wow.
yeah,
that's a high number.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of time wasted for that. When you think about that, we're spending a lot of time reaching out for those phone calls, and then only 30% are actually picking up the phone. I mean, that's got to be hours of time a week. It
was a lot of time. And of that 30%, they're never happy to receive a phone call from you anyway, right? So you know.
Maybe it was from G.O.S.T. Maybe if G.O.S.T was the one who was calling them, maybe they'd be a little bit more excited.
You know, if I could get a G.O.S.T ringtone, and then I'll have him answer the phone call. Let's just see how far that goes. And you know, those glasses are ridiculous. And every time I see a goat, by the way, you know, not to kind of deviate too far on the subject, it's kind of funny because you know, I think about frat movies from the 80s and a goat in a toga, and I look at that and I just can't get that out of my head.
We should get him a toga. I will definitely do that. We'll make him a toga.
Yeah, we'll get him a toga, have reruns of, you know, Revenge of the Nerds playing, or I think that might have been a sheep or a goat. I don't quite remember what's in it. That's what I look at whenever I see a goat in the sweater. But please, you know, let's Lysol wipe that goat down, because I'm a little OCD. I know a lot of people touch it, a little people hug it. So when I see that thing better be like ozoned out.
Hey, we got extras. So if one's getting had a little rough night out, we got another ghost that we can come in and, you know, be at the booth early in the morning.
Good. I'm glad to know that you know, there's not just a sharing of goat, but there's more goats than us. So where was I? Oh yeah. So knowing our demographic, knowing that we wanted to give the people the flexibility to book themselves online at their own convenience, we implemented LocalMed, and since then it's been great. I think I did some numbers last night. It's pretty much been, over the last 2 years, an easy 35x return on our investment. So for those of you doing the math in your head, I guess you don't know, you need a starting baseline number, but I can easily tell you it's an easy six-figure revenue stream just from new patients coming in on LocalMed. You know, the way we use it is, you know, LocalMed, we actually have it, we announce it at every point that we have to touch a patient, right? Whether it's email, whether it's text message, whether it's our website, whether it's our auto-attended voicemail, it's all there. And what we've noticed is the majority of our bookings come in during the evening time, right, between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m., which makes sense. I mean, that's the time that I usually are looking and saying, oh my gosh, I got to remember to do something.
Exactly.
So that's the time that I'll leave a message with wherever I need to make an appointment for. Or that's actually when I shop, right? That's when I buy stupid things.
That's when you make your good and bad shopping decisions, I'm sure, is the late night shopping.
Yeah, you know, the worst, actually no, the best and the worst thing I ever bought, which is late at night because I was awake and bored, was a battle axe on Amazon for no good reason.
Wait, what's a battle axe? You're gonna have to explain this to me.
Like an axe, like an axe, but it was like a tactical axe. Not meant for chopping wood. I think it's meant for like home self-defense. So I have an axe. I have that, and I have a gold-plated ratchet set that I bought on Sears when they were like going out of business. And it was like, why? Because everyone needs a gold-plated commemorative ratchet set.
But why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you have that?
Why wouldn't you have this? So two of the most stupid things that I'm sure I bought a lot worse, but those are the two in recent memory that I bought because I saw it the other day when I moved, and so I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So and by the way, I'm in my car. I'm in my
office.
Subaru, my office, my mobile office. So, you know, on the mean streets of San Diego, so hopefully nobody comes knocking on the window asking me for money, but I think we're okay here. I'm safe and we're good.
Oh gosh, yes. Well, if that happens, we'll be sure to greet them as well, and we'll have them join in. Maybe you'll invite them into your car and be like, hey, how's your day going? What do you think of LocalMed?
Yeah, exactly. Please
we have a goat.
Yeah, do you want my pretzels that are scattered on the ground that my kids are left behind? We can do that. So, but for all you guys that are on the fence about LocalMed, I think it's definitely a very minor investment to make if you guys are looking for an easy way to book online. It's you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, a lot of people in the DSN have kind of begun to adopt it. We've been talking about it quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to your guys' future roadmap in terms of some of the features that you guys will be rolling out in the near future.
Oh yes, no, most definitely, and that's what's so exciting about working here at LocalMed, is that there's always something new happening, and we're definitely heading in a direction of growth and a positive direction. So it's fun to be part of that. Obviously, get to work with the GO.S.T.
Right.
But to kind of touch base with what you were talking about, I think you've done a really good job of incorporating the LocalMed widget in all the different places that a patient is going to look to find a dentist or get in contact with your practice specifically. So kind of like a rule of thumb that I have for any of the clients that I speak with is anywhere you have your phone number or address on your website, include the Schedule Now button. Because if they're looking for your address, if they're looking for a phone, it's because they're wanting to come into your office. I think some offices don't pick up on that right away of how many different places they can incorporate the widget code. So on their website, Facebook, Instagram, the different insurance partners, we're now, there's all these different places where you can incorporate it, and you do have to market your practice. I know you guys probably do a lot of marketing at your office. If you're not getting traffic to your website, people aren't going to book online. But if you're paying for that traffic to come to your website, you want those to convert into patients. You want to make sure that you're getting an ROI on the marketing that you're doing to get those patients to come to your website, to come to your Facebook, to go to your Google ad. So it's a way of basically closing the loop on the marketing efforts at the office and making that go further. And why not make it easier for a patient to book online? You know, you're making it easier for them to book to come into your office.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're basically removing kind of any barrier for them to book an appointment. You know, one of the things early on, and this is more a concern my wife had, is, well, are people going to book themselves on the schedule and not show up, right? So what's the no-show rate? You know, no-show rate's a tricky one. There's not, I see a lot of talk in the forum about how to reduce no-show rates. There's not an exact answer. I mean, we pretty much over-confirm in order to reduce our no-show rate. You know, our cancellation rate, which is also lumps in our no-show rate number, is 9% on average, you know, over the year, which actually isn't that bad. I know some offices are in the double digits, but it's something we track closely. You know, people are going to cancel no matter what. I don't feel that, you know, because of the way that LocalMed books and because of the way we confirm it, you know, pretty much they go to the LocalMed website, they book, it goes to Open Dental, and then we use Yappy. So Yappy queries the tables and actually knows that there's a new patient there and sends out the new patient paperwork. And then from there, that's where the cycle starts and the confirmation process starts. We also use legwork, and legwork takes care of some of the confirmation. So that process of confirming, and then also the front desk calling and confirming, really, we don't have a no-show situation when it comes to online booking. That's just the facts. Our no-show rate is just our recalls when people are booked out months in advance and they forget that they actually have an appointment and they drop out. So I can't say that it's actually skewed the number one way or another, but the convenience definitely, and the ROI has definitely outweighed any kind of risk that we might, you know, be perceiving.
Right. No, that's great. And it was great. I know when we were chatting about that before, just hearing how you've been able to implement that into your office with the no-shows, because that is something that comes up quite often when we're chatting with doctors who are interested in our services of what about the no-shows. And I think you're a case in point of how that's not an issue.
Yeah, it's not an issue. So if anyone has a concern, just replay this over and over again, and you know, that's how we do it.
Keep it on
I
repeat. Just on repeat all day.
Repeat. Oh, I'm concerned about no-show rates. Just watch this video, and I just answered it for you. But yeah, you know, you're not going to have a perfect system. I'd love to get everything as automated as possible, but that's not possible. But either way, LocalMed's been an awesome addition to, and our patients appreciate it. I think a lot of people just don't want to be bothered with it, so we just try to give them the option to be able to book on multiple avenues. And yeah, you know, I'd love to hear from everybody else out there what kind of efficiency metrics, or not even just metrics, but tools that they use in their practice. If I can automate the entire world, I'll automate the entire world and make it convenient. So, you know, and if you need to ask me any questions, by all means, obviously I'm here on the LocalMed Facebook page.
Yes.
You DSN Dental Success Network members, you guys can find me on there. I'm sure I actually get a lot of questions on there about just stuff in general. And then every Monday, I'm on Mark Costas' podcast called Metrics Mondays. And by all means, I'm not a dental consultant. I don't have any intention of being a dental consultant. It's just one of those byproducts of being a dental spouse that I ended up
Hashtag dental spouse.
Hashtag dental spouse, right. I do have another entire career, and then I also work with Divergent Dental, so I'm an analytics guy. So, anything I can do in the world of analytics and automation and software is some things I enjoy, and I'm happy to help out.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on this chapter of Ghost Stories. We really appreciate you sharing your story with us. And if you have any questions, reach out to Mike, especially with DSN, which is the Dental Success Network. It's a great group to be a part of. So if you have any questions about that, reach out to Mike. He's very helpful, as you can tell. He's very nice to talk to.
I'm an open book, yeah. And if anyone needs to get a hold of me, it's just michael@dentalsuccessnetwork.com or michael@divergentdental.com. And I'm not trying to, just sales pitch anything. Just reach out to me. I'm happy to help out, or find me on Facebook. Hey, whatever I can do to help out, I'm happy to do so.
Perfect. Yes. Well, thank you so much. And then we will see everyone else on the next chapter of Ghost Stories. Thanks, Mike.
See ya.
Oh, we lost his glasses.